storage. All right, we live now. What is going on, guys? Welcome to Men of the Metaverse. I'm Beach Dad, aka Brandon. I'm here with
Unknown, unknown caller.
okay. Unknown caller. What do you want to get into tonight? Because you look like somebody I know, but it says the First Amendment under your name. So
Yeah, let's get into it. Get into it quick. We're gonna try. I hope my wife going down. We're gonna try not to curse. Try not to use
okay.
no profanity. Let me kind of present. See now,
Let me
they know
yeah,
what
let
I'm
me
about to do. That's why they acting. That's why.
hold on. Let me hook my internet up to the cord. Let me pause it right. Fans will be right back. I'm gonna turn my mic off and we're gonna pause. You wanna play some music or something? Or a video? Let me just hook myself.
Yep. This thing I can slow that up, bitch. Today. All right, Brandon, you ready? Hey, Brandon, you ready? We can't hear if you're ready, Brandon. Hello. I'm gonna call him right quick.
All right, I'm back.
You back? I was calling. I don't know
Yeah.
you got disconnected or
Yeah.
not.
Oh, my bad. I told you I was gonna try to hook the internet on the hard line, but we are back. But go ahead. What do you want to get into? Who is this young man on the screen right here?
This is Dave Chappelle, man. He did a Saturday Night Light special yesterday, and he
I
got
saw.
he got people talking, man. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it. There was a little monologue.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I just watched the beginning. I'm not sure what else he did, but I saw the House of Dragons thing too.
No, I ain't talking about that bullshit, man. I'm talking about the
But that's what I'm
monologue,
saying. Yeah, that I didn't know whether he did another one or not. I saw one monologue.
the 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was about 15 minutes, 10
What
or
you think?
15 minutes.
What you think about it?
I like it. Like he was poking fun at it. He was poking fun at Kanye. He was poking fun at everybody. Are people
No,
upset about it?
he didn't poke fun at everybody.
Well, both sides is what I mean. He
He
tried to
poked
go. He
he
tried to.
poked fun at Kanye, but
Yes.
he let your mind come up with the poke fun at somebody else. So he's smart enough to know
Yeah,
that.
he's smart. He did it in a clever way, in a
Yeah.
brilliant way, really. So are they mad about it? Because I like I said, I just saw it today. I didn't really get to see the backlash and stuff.
Well, some people are mad about it, man. We're gonna get into it, man. But we've been saying this for a long time on this channel. Black men don't have no Bill of Rights. None of them. The
Mm,
First Amendment, I think freedom of speech,
hmm
that don't apply to us, man. That
No,
don't
it
apply.
doesn't.
That's why I got to cover my face now. You see? You see why we in America, but I gotta talk. If I want to speak, I gotta speak like this.
That's a good point. But
And I
why
went,
is that? Do you not have a backing? Do you not have a group that'll stand up with you if you say something?
you mean why I got to wear this mask?
Yeah. Why can another
Be-
group of people say something and they feel protected and you feel like you're not protected?
Because we don't have enough power we don't have no power to will. So we
But-
at the mercy. You saw what
But you
Kanye
kind of do. But you kind of do because we all know everybody likes entertainment. We kind of control the entertainment because we are the entertainment. We could pull the entertainment if we wanted to.
That's
But
like
that-
saying the crack addict got power over the crack on the crack pipe. Huh? Who got the power on the crack addict? The crackhead or the supplier?
So we're the crackhead in this situation.
I mean, damn,
I get
we
what you're
got-
saying, though.
I know,
Yeah.
but we got all the stuff. We could choose not to buy it, or we could choose
Right.
to sell it ourselves.
You're right. You're
But
right.
we said, nah, I want this. I want this stuff straight from the crack pipe from the
Right.
man who gets me. But man, Brandon, they don't like what he said. They don't like what he said. Well, some
They
people
don't
don't
like
like
what-
what he said.
What Dave said.
Dave
So what
said-
did he say that people shouldn't like?
He said it's a lot of Jewish people in the entertainment business.
Is that a true statement or is it something he made up?
Here's the thing. Here's how clever he is. He says, in his experience,
Mm-hmm. Right.
he's seen a lot of people
In
with,
Hollywood, I think he was saying in Hollywood.
Well, if with his experience in Hollywood,
Right.
he experienced a lot of people of that particular faith.
Right. And what's wrong with saying something like that?
You cannot say
You
anything
can't say-
you can't say anything about Jewish people, man. That's
Why not?
illegal to say.
But you know what I was thinking about? Let me ask you a question. Is Drake Jewish?
Yes, he's Jewish
Okay,
and claims it too.
And, all right, so does he talk about, because I listened to the new album with 21, did he talk about killing black people?
Did he? I don't
Yeah,
listen.
he
Did
said he says, spinning blocks and putting pressure on people. Is that a hate crime?
So you got a Jewish man talk about killing niggers? Niggers?
Right. But is
I mean,
that
I'm
okay?
appalled.
Right.
I'm appalled. But here's the thing, Brandon. Nothing about it.
Right.
You can't do the Drake is probably $1 billion man. Linked up. He plays
Well,
both sides
Kanye
of the
West-
fence.
Kanye, we thought Kanye West was similar, but it just goes to show they can
Nah.
destroy those deals too.
No, just like 21 Savage said, I got that Jewish money. Drake got that Jewish money, and we saying it up here. That's the truth. Shit, that's
Yeah.
something good.
Right.
You know, that's something. That's a good. I don't know. I may be
Right.
wrong. I may be right. I don't know, but
I
some
think-
people say they got a
Mhm.
lot of money.
Right. I think it's so taboo to say that. Like, I think we've been like, but on the beginning of our channel, we were scared to say it in a way that we didn't want to offend anybody. But I think now people are being a little more free with it and feeling like they can say it just because it's a topic that's going on, and you're not harming anybody. Why? It's like it's like the N-word almost. We can't say it. Like, why is that? You're not even offending anybody. You can't even say, like, if somebody told me, man, you getting that black people money, you think I'm gonna be offended?
Well,
If it was something positive, if it was something positive.
Well, let me say this about your first statement. At the beginning of our channel, we had high expectations. So we thought we were gonna get the subscribers, but 8 months later, they were like, "Fuck it, it is what it is." So who comes in? They gonna come in because they mess with us.
Right, right.
I mean, the algorithm, they'll block us, but it is what it is. All right, and what you said secondly, you was like, "What?"
Well,
Looks like a little Webby at it. Trillion and T, huh?
You do look like Webby.
but keep going with the stank on my neck. He always has something like this on his neck.
Right, he does.
Yeah. All right.
But no, if somebody said, yo, if a white person said, yo, you getting that black people money, you know what I'm saying? And if it was a positive thing, I wouldn't be offended by it. I would take that as a compliment. If you're talking highly of my people, but if I'm feeling guilty or not necessarily insecure, but it's just they're very sensitive when being discussed.
It's almost like the government in China and the government in Russia.
Yeah,
You
that
say
had a
something against,
control.
you say a word against that government, they they got you. Well, over
Right.
here in America, we got the Bill of Rights, so they can't do that. But you know what
Right.
they can do, Brandon, right?
What can they do?
What Dave Chappelle said, Kanye West had both of his shoes off walking down the street. They took everything from him.
Right.
You know, they couldn't throw him in jail, but they could take everything.
Right.
Everything. All his endorsements. See, it's
Mhm.
now tell me this, Brandon. Would a man could
Go
take
ahead.
another man's livelihood at a drop of the dime,
Right.
and that one man tell other man who tell another man who tell another man to take all your livelihood away from you.
Mhm.
What type of who does that?
I don't know. And like I say, it just lets you know where you are in the world. And if somebody can do that, you're not set up enough. Like, I know he feels like he can say whatever he wants, he can speak names and do all this stuff, but if people could take your contracts and ball them up because of what you said or what you tweeted, you don't have any power. You don't have the control that you thought you had. And like I say, with your shoes, you saved Adidas. They say, look, we're gonna take your shoes and we're gonna name them something else and we're gonna sell them and we're gonna make $1 billion off them too. Anyway, regardless.
Now, see, Kanye, I got 3 points to make. Kanye West did not follow his own advice on his first album. He said, I'm still, no matter what you do, you still a nigga. You can have a Benz, you still a nigga in the coupe. He should have brought that to 2022. Second, those shoes he had was never his shoes, and he proved it. And Adidas proved them.
Third, so how wait, but how are they? Okay, go ahead.
Third, okay, we go just do this. I don't want to forget, Brandon.
Go ahead. No,
and
go ahead.
Third, he proved that these contracts be stealing. So how you gonna drop a man 2 weeks later? You say you putting the shoes back out, but you changing the name to keep it the designs, and you go save $300 million. You had to pay this man. Right. Now you don't have to pay him nothing.
Right.
All right. You was about to say something about shoes.
You said they're not his shoes.
They ain't his shoes. Those Adidas shoes. Adidas let you know those are shoes.
Right.
Those are companies. Those are shoes. And we got a right to put them out if we want to put them out.
But that should let you know as a creator, if you go create stuff, if I don't know whether he drew it or what. We just think Kanye did that. But apparently not, because even if he was the one.
No.
Go ahead.
That's his design.
But if it was my design, but I would want to own it. Don't you think Kanye should have been in a position to be like, no, I own this design. I'll work with you. We'll sell a lot of shoes, but I own this design.
Brandon, if they go give you $300 million a year, and you talk about I ain't selling these,
but listen, you know how like this is just today, like this 50 years from now, people still would have been buying his shoes. So I'm gonna be like, no, it don't matter how much money you're gonna be giving me now, because I see the potential that these shoes are gonna be bigger than Jordan. That's how he felt. So I'm gonna be like, no, I'm gonna own this design. I'm gonna be a part of the board, or I'm gonna go somewhere else. But you can't do it now after you done stirred up all this stuff, because they say he tried to go to Skechers and try to do that. It's too late now. It don't matter what the shoes look like when your name is mud. You know what I'm saying?
Brandon, what's your last name? No, just say it starts with a what?
It starts with the R.
All right. I almost, if I pay you $150 million to change your last name, will you?
Let me see. You said if I pay
don't you be thinking this ain't no thinking stuff. $150 million.
But what else comes with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I signing
your last
name?
No. And you got to get rid of it.
No.
So you can tell your wife right now, you go turn down $150 million over your last name.
Right, because I don't like nobody be owning me like that. Because now, what if I came up with something else or did something else, and Lewis, he owns a part of my name, and now I'm gonna be paying you forever. You have to be careful with stuff like that, especially if somebody gonna give you a bunch of money. They be like, look, we're going to give you a bunch of money. And that's how they get a lot of people. That's how they got a lot of artists back in the day. They say, look, we're going to give you this brand new Cadillac. It's clean. All you gotta do is make these songs and sign this paperwork. We're gonna have you all the Cadillacs you want.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think Brandon's telling a lie. And
okay,
this may be the first.
I'm lying.
This may be the first lie on this damn channel, right there where Brandon just telling. Brandon ain't gonna change his last name for $150 million. Set his family up forever.
But maybe I can do that without taking that money. Is what I'm saying. Why do I gotta? Why you have to ask yourself? Why do I have to change something forever to get a lot of money? Like what's in it for you?
Brandon, I said $150 million, Brandon.
Okay, but then after I get
you
the
richer
money,
than all the black people put together in Colombia.
But Lewis, at the end of the day, it's still money. Like when you just buying stuff and your family is taken care of, we could have been taken care of off of less. But now I have this dark cloud over my head. I'm not.
It's your last name, Brandon. That's it.
I don't know what you're gonna do with it.
Ain't your name. It's a white man's name who somebody gave it to you 200 years ago.
Right.
So it ain't your damn name in the first place.
But I don't know what you could be possibly doing with my name or what else is in the contract. And I think that's what Kanye said. He said, shoot, how much money? I'm signing the paperwork. And he did the same thing with a record company too. And he don't own a lot of his music and end up having to scramble and sell stuff and make more, and I'm not going to say bad decisions, but more decisions where you're not owning your work.
I see, you see, you stuck. You putting yourself in a position. I'm putting you in the position with that kitchen behind you right now. I'm talking about you
well,
yourself.
Of course, I'm gonna do that. But what I'm saying is, I'm gonna be thinking about why would you give me this much money? Like, what is your goal? Like, how are you gonna make your money back?
Shit, I think 10x's. You know, people do. They go 10x your money. Like we said the other day, Charles Barkley talking about, I give that man $30 million. And good or well, he putting
right double that at least
500,000 people in your seats a year.
Right,
selling shoes. Nike selling one of their top selling shoes. But
that just lets you know how they see it. Like they they giving you an opportunity. You're not even grateful. No, I'm working hard. I'm a talent. Like I'm a top 10 athlete in the world. Like it's not that many of me here, so of course you're gonna be paying me, and I shouldn't feel like I should have to bow down to whatever you say, especially if I just want to share something and y'all not gonna go after the people who are selling it or streaming it.
Too much power,
right? And that's just not fair.
Jeff Bezos hired how many people? 200. Jeff Bezos got 1 million people hire in the United States of America. They can't come out here and lose 1 million jobs. You can't come. See, Kyrie, they could come out because they could come. See, we don't contribute.
You're right.
We just give all that money away to these people.
But you do see we're slowly. It's not a lot, but people like LeBron even trying to come back. Jalen Rose trying to come back. And I saw we have a video about Skip Bayless, and I saw a lot of people trying to debate you on what Skip was saying. So break that down for me. Like, what were you trying to say that's so argumentative or so out of left field?
I'm not out of. First of all, I'm not out of left field for Skip Bayless. Second, I know history, and everybody brings their history with them when they walk into the room.
Yeah.
So I know the context behind the word stud and what stud means back in the day, especially.
So that's what it is.
Yeah, especially when you label stud with a strong black man, and when you link those together, and they damn wash the word, and now I heard a black person say stud today. I say, damn, and he was talking about some elementary kids. Yeah, we some stud football players. So you some mother effer. I mean that literally. That's what young Jesus said, literally, right?
But people don't know the history, and they don't know how much slavery is embedded in them that they use those words. Or it was another term that Skip or one of the basketball analysts say. They'll say like, he's just like they'll describe how somebody's playing, like he playing like a savage or a beast or something like that. It's the same kind of things. Like it just you don't necessarily have to talk about somebody in that way where it's like we're not human. You know what I'm saying? Or we're just something like you say, like a stud. Like that's something used
like
you
a
know,
horse, a
yeah,
dog
like
that
a
made to
right.
reproduce with good genes.
Right. And that's how they see us as athletes. Like we're just, cattle or whatever. We're just entertainment. We're just livestock. And you shouldn't talk about us that way. And it's gonna be it's a little cringe when you use words like that. He's a stud.
And people thought I was offended. No, I ain't offended. He said shit on TV. I go punch it through the TV.
Okay.
No, but I'm like, if you said like in my presence, I wouldn't like that stuff. But I'm not offended. I just want people to know their history.
But they don't.
Like the word nigga. What nigga come from, Brandon?
I don't know. Is it from they were calling us that because of the country? What is it? Oh, they saying Negro? I mean, where did it come from? Because I heard a bunch of them.
They saying nigger. So
but where did that come from initially, though?
I think the Western Hemisphere.
But that's what I'm saying. Was it because of a country in Africa, and that it started turning into something else?
Man, I don't even know that country had slaves coming over here, Brady.
I'm just asking because I don't know for sure.
I don't even know that country had slaves, but I don't know. It started up. But hey, you never know. It could be people get nicknames. Nick. The man was on that nicotine, and it was all of them. So nigger. So, but you see, we still say nigger. But that came from a bad context.
Yeah. Do you use it? Do you use it when you're talking about people, or I guess do you?
If I use the word nigga, I'm really calling you a nigger. All right. So if I use that word is in a disrespectful way, that I'm saying you are ignorant.
Yes.
And you just a damn coon. You're ignorant.
You're just ignorant.
And yeah, INIGGER. But I don't say that. But if I use that word, that's what I mean.
Right. It's nothing positive.
Unless I say nigga, please. But see, that still got a
right. It's negative connotation.
Negative. That means you don't know the hell you're talking about.
Right.
So I don't use it nowhere in no positive stuff. Nowhere at all. Brandon, let's get back on this track with this
go ahead.
LDADL. Brandon,
I don't even know what that is. That's where Kyrie was supposed to donate some money to.
Yes, and I looked up their website. Man, it's so much anti-Semitism going on around here. Incidents, Brandon. I pulled a couple up, Brandon, so we can look at them now. Disclaimer, people. Me and Brandon are Black Americans. In our culture, to survive, we had to make light of tough situations.
True.
So it may be instance we start giggling. just to make it through the hate. All right.
Right.
So that's our culture. Because we said something like on one of our videos, we was laughing about, I guess, somebody getting ass with Black people, and we started like laughing and stuff.
Yeah.
See, they don't know that's our culture. You had to make light of the bad stuff just to make it through.
Right. And I think other groups need to try to do the same thing and not be so sensitive because, the stuff we endure, that's all we can do. We can't fight back. We can't cry. And you think if we start crying, they'll do something. Oh, look at the little Negroes. They're crying. Let's give them some money. No, that's not going to work. So no, we ain't getting no handouts. So we just have to laugh. We have to laugh through it.
The guy on Duck Dynasty said this about 10, 20 years ago. He said blacks doing Jim Crow slavery, they was happy. They was always singing and dancing. See, he don't know that was a survival tactic,
right?
To deal with the cruelty you was putting those through. Right. So, but on the outside, they always happy, singing and dancing.
No. That's a defense mechanism.
All right, Brandon, we gonna talk about some of. I left out all the vandalism. I left out all the passing out paraphernalia of anti-Semitic stuff. I left all that stuff out. So we only go now. This is on their website, the ADL website. I got it today. Look at this. This first one's for November the 12th. It says a man approached a Universal Michigan student, grabbed her arm, and made an anti-Semitic comment. Brandon, you better shut up, Brandon. Cause that really happened, Brandon.
I hear you.
This is hate. This is hate. All right, let's go to the next one. A man threw a rock at a window of a Jewish school on the Upper East Side. This is Manhattan, New York. Somebody threw a rock at the window. All right. Now, here's November the 9th, 2022. Now, this is off their website today. Anti-hate. A anti-Semitic Black Hebrew Israelite group protested outside the Barclays Center. I think that's the Brooklyn basketball thing.
Right.
Now, Brandon, how hell is a protest a damn hate event?
Well, and that's the thing. Like, they have a religion. They believe the opposite of what the Jews believe. So, of course,
how you know they believe the opposite?
Well, they just have a difference of how history happened. I'm just gonna say that. So they have not necessarily opposing beliefs, but you know, one side believes one thing, the other side believes another thing. I don't think that if somebody protests or they speaking their truth, it's an attack on you necessarily. Especially when it's, you know, this group don't have any power. They can't do anything. They're just outside with bullhorns. Because I've seen them on the streets. I've watched some interviews and how they do certain people on the streets trying to convince them what's going on. But that's not a hate crime.
But
in my eyes.
But you see why I said a black person used a Bill of Rights? They put the word black. They had to put the word black in there. Hebrew. So ain't Hebrew Semitic people anyway? So how can you hate your own self?
I don't know. That's the mystery.
All right, how about November the 8th, 2022? A group of 4 individuals attacked at an Orthodox Jew man, knocking his head off. Brandon? A man got his head knocked out.
Right.
Now, how did that make this website, Brandon?
I have no, because you need to put something up there, and if that's all you got, that's all you got. And look at one. The New York Post did the Black Israelites thing. That's their source. This is just very interesting.
A protest is hate, and a man head fell on the ground. That's another hate thing. Right. But I'm gonna break it down at the end. All right, let's go to another one. An individual threw water and garbage at an elderly Jewish man. A group of teenagers attacked 3 Jewish students, pelling them with eggs, punching one of them. I don't like violence, eggs, and yelling "Free Palestine." Brandon, that sounds like a bunch of kids throwing eggs. Who got a carton of eggs riding with them in the car?
But this is my thing. Even if I want to say these are some real attacks and people really don't like that group of people, so what? People don't like. But listen. We can't just favor one group, because people don't like black people. People don't like Asian people. People don't like white people, and people will attack these people too the same way at a higher rate as well.
You're right. I'll go break it down too.
Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
But keep going.
But I'm just saying, like, we cannot just show favoritism. It's blatant favoritism to this group, and it's because they control the media, and that's everybody's point, and why it looks a little funny, because we all are getting attacked. I'm not saying they're not getting attacked, because they clearly are getting attacked, and people do feel a certain type of way towards them. But at the scale or at the rate they're talking about, no, I don't think anything is going to happen where it's another H word or something that they need to be worried about. Why? I don't understand why they're so concerned with this. Like, it's going to just get out of hand when we're the ones dying in the streets daily, when we're the ones being thrown in jail wrongfully. It just doesn't make any sense how they should be fighting for us. They should be caping for us.
This group supposed to fight for racial injustices,
Right.
but when you click on the website, this one comes up first. This one comes up first. All right, Brooklyn, New York. It sounds like people need to get out of New York.
Right.
Brooklyn, New York. Jewish teenagers punched in the back of the head while riding a bike. I feel sorry. That's violence. I don't like that. Now, here's a bad one, Brandon. Here's a bad one. A brick is thrown through the window of a synagogue. Now, that's bad. I'll say that's bad.
Right. But listen, no, it's not bad. It's people with real crimes going on. Like there's people being R-worded right now, like people being killed, stabbed, like all kind of stuff, robbed at gunpoint. These I'm not saying that with these stuff right here isn't serious, but we've got some other things we need to be focused on.
Now, are these words, Brandon, or weapons? I'm about to quote Dave Chappelle, his sitcom he did the other day, Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
I have been in Hollywood, and this is just what I saw. It's a lot of Jews, like a lot. But that doesn't mean anything. There's a lot of black people in Ferguson, Missouri.
Right.
But that doesn't mean we run the place.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you think about that statement, Brandon? Now, that statement,
it can be loaded
and it can be loaded and unloaded because it can read both ways.
But like I said, he's taking a shot and then pulling it back too, and trying to diffuse it at the same time. But like you say, he's clever. He's clever. He's making a point and then unmaking it too. But the point has already been made. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, you're right. That I mean, Dave Chappelle is very clever in his jokes. Because he said it's a lot of black people in Ferguson. Tell me to control it. Like, but I ain't saying.
But we already know, right? We already know.
Now, this is the CEO of the ADL. What religion you think this guy is, Brandon?
Well, I cannot look at a man and tell what kind of religion he is.
I tell you, per the internet, is a Jewish man.
Of course.
All right. So, why they always got problems with other people? Well, I don't know. All right. He said, this is what he said.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't expect Dave Chappelle to serve as society moral compass, but disturbingly to see this Saturday Night Live not just normalizing but popularizing anti-Semitic. Why are Jews' sensitivities denied or diminished at almost every turn? Why does our trauma triggers a applaud?
But Tom, before we answer what he's gonna say, like people have just started to say stuff about Jews again. Like we couldn't even talk about it. So it's just funny that now Dave Chappelle said something about it. Now it's like we don't care. We're not being sensitive enough. We make fun of everybody.
It's black man begin to say stuff. That's the kicker.
Mm. But why is that an issue? Because we should be at the bottom. We need to hush. How dare we speak about something like that?
It's an issue because just like I forgot this Green. I think his last name Greenbelt. He said their sensitivities are being denied or diminished. So when you say these words, it feels like you are hurting them, and your words are becoming weapons in their point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you feel. You can't tell them how to feel, okay?
But this is my thing. An officer put his knee on a black man, and he was saying he couldn't breathe. He literally was saying he couldn't breathe and died from law enforcement. And people still don't even believe he died. He was an agent. It was a this or that, or you know what I'm saying? This man really lost his life. Like we've had so many instances where we've lost our life, not just being talked about. If we could just have that, I think we would be okay. But we're under attack. We're being killed. We're being thrown in jail. and we still laugh it off. We still just, just accept it as normal. I wish we could, and this is what Kanye was saying. He's saying he wished he could be like the Jewish people sometime, because I think he feels like they have it easier.
Brandon, I can't speak for black people, but I can say black people would change places of getting rocks thrown at your
please do
window,
that.
versus getting them bullets
right
from the government, from local government busting at your ass.
Right.
I think black people would switch places than getting choked out in the middle of the streets in New York than having a guy head falling off. Now, hold on, let me find it. Hold on. That's at the bottom. This is the bottom head fat falling out. But Garner, what's the game? Great Garner with it, selling cigarettes. They choked his ass out, Brandon. This little midget man, I said the word midget, yes. This midget man was on this man's back, all his weight on the neck. He going back. How did man go survive that? Selling some cigarettes. How much money he's getting selling cigarettes, Brandon? Is he making $12 a day? Is he making $16 a day out of expenses? Come on.
Is that worth losing your life over? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like you, right? But that's how they do it.
Let me be a police officer. I sell all the cigarettes you want to. I don't give a hoot. Today, what kind of crime is that, Brandon?
Right, bootlegging.
You evading taxes, and the person who's choking you out, he lying on his taxes, so he can lie on federal taxes, but you can't lie on these state. You can't lie on these state taxes by selling these cigarettes.
And not to mention that, remember Ahmaud Arbery? How did you feel about that case? Because it was law enforcement, but it was like retired law enforcement, and they were making it seem like he was doing something wrong. We don't know what he was doing. He, like I said, he could be jogging, he could be looking at property, he might be breaking the law.
We knew he was doing.
What was
Same
he doing?
thing me and you both did. Looked at places before they got built.
I've done it. Right.
Job.
Right. So should we die because of that? Should we have guns pulled on us because of that?
Brandon, they ain't the whole story, Brandon.
Well, go ahead. That's what I said. I don't know how you feel about it.
They let the people go for 8 weeks.
There you go.
They said ain't no crime here.
Right. And that's the scary thing. They end up getting caught because they were sharing the video, which is, just disgusting in a different way. Like, and somebody it leaked out that they did that. And then they got arrested. And then they got prosecuted. So it was a chance that they never even got caught if they just wasn't sharing the video like they were.
Imagine this, Brandon. You are a sound citizen, correct?
That's right.
You try not to commit crimes. I don't know. You probably been years or decades last time you commit a crime, correct?
That's true. Yeah.
Now you go out for a run. Now this hypothetically, I'm just talking. You go out for a run, then your wife get a phone call. You been shot to death.
Right.
What sense does that make, Brandon?
It don't make any at all. But then they'll say, "Well, you was doing something wrong." Like, I want to know what they tell the family. Like, what happened? We shot him in the street. He was doing, like, it had to be something where they didn't go to jail. Like, what did they tell him?
This is Georgia. It was it's stand your ground, self-defense. This was three mans with pistols and rifles versus one guy.
Right, unarmed.
They feared for
That's crazy.
Right, and like they had 2 trucks. You see how
that's crazy. We're laughing because there's pain.
Watch this whole video. Just don't edit our stuff at the beginning. When I said black folks were live over tragedy stuff, that's how we get through it. Right. But that joke is serious, man.
It is.
3 adult males, 2 pistols, a shotgun, a pickup truck,
right,
a cheap ass car, video cameras, and y'all in a lined up like the damn military going down the street chasing the guy down. I don't know. He had shoes on at the time.
Or they tried to say he had boots on or something, but. So the outcome was he's dead in the street, and we call it 911. Yeah, he was trying to attack us. Oh yeah, how many guns did y'all have? We had like 4 guns, and he was
How many guns
unarmed.
he had? No, they like this is the prosecutor, Georgia prosecutor. Only thing he had on him was those long, dirty fingernails, toenails. That's what the prosecution said. That's on the books.
Oh, it is. That's real.
Yes, the prosecutor described he had dirty toenails. And they showed the video after they killed this man in the street. Pop, pop, cops coming in there. The guy in the back who shot the damn video, he get back to painting his damn porch like nothing happened. You kill a man and you painting the damn porch. Like nothing happened.
Like right, because you got off. You like, woo.
I can say you paint the porch, a guy breaking your house and you do it, but now you chase a person down in the car and kill him, and you up here painting a poster, painting your damn porch. Now, Brandon, check this out. I'm gonna show our Jewish brothers how to stop all this hate outside. It's not right. America is not right, man. But I learned this in elementary school. If you don't blend in, people gonna pick on you.
That's true.
If you don't blend in, people gonna pick on you.
No matter what race, no religion, or what, it don't matter. Louis, have you been picked on before? Have you been picked on?
Yeah, because I'm fat.
Right. Have I been picked on? Yes, I have.
Because you got big ears.
There you go.
So if you don't blend in, people are going to pick on you. And they go see, it's something called white privilege, Brandon. People think as they get, I don't know how white people think, but they may think as they get an adult, they don't have to blend in no more because they got white privilege. Nah, you got to blend in. You got to be just like the minority. Because watch this. If I walk around with some skinny jeans, pants hanging off my ass, a Gucci belt, Michael Jordans, and a cell phone in my hand with a tight shirt, what would you call me, Brady?
Well, not a hipster, but you're with the hip hop culture. I'll say that. Like I said, I'm
like Turk. I'm young and thugging. You know what I mean? See, if you don't blend in, or if according how you dress, people go pick on you or not. Police see a group of guys dressed a certain way, they go pull them over. That's called profiling. So profiling will work with non-law enforcement too.
That's true.
So you walking down the street with you have the right to do, but you walking down the street, especially like a street like in New York. Somebody may pick on you, or somebody may do something to you.
Yeah.
So, man of the metaverse, at least me over here, Mr. First Amendment, do what the military tells you. Blend in.
That's true. But
don't wear your uniform outside.
Let me say this too. It's a lot of mental health issues going on in the world that are going unchecked, especially in New York. I don't know if you've heard stories about people on the subway, or it's a lot of people that's going through a lot of stuff. So somebody may attack you. You may feel like it's a hate crime. It might just be somebody crazy attacked you.
And coincidence, since this is life, they don't know. They may not know your religion. You just have to be a Christian, and then you get attacked. Since a man attacked me, I'm not a Christian, but I believe in Jesus. Are they a Jesus hater? Because they hit me?
Right.
No, you just had a head on.
Maybe we should do that. We should. It's because I'm Christian. But we can't do that. That don't even make sense. Do it.
Yeah, doing some research. Catholics get attacked a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people attack Catholics, and black people. I hate to say it, I could talk about it later. Black people get attacked a lot too, more than others. But blend in. If you could blend in, you'll get attacked less. People won't be throwing eggs at you or knocking off your hat.
Right.
Or grabbing your arm.
Keep your head on a swivel. You can't just be standing around, just looking around. Especially
Hey,
in
Brandon,
New York.
you remember
Go
why?
ahead.
You remember why I bought that wrestling belt?
Yeah, yes.
That belt, the
Would
belt back
attract a
there.
lot of yes. Track a
And we was
lot
at the
of
football game, and the
yes.
grown man, talking about take that belt. You see how
Right,
that
right.
attention to track?
You're
I'm
right.
16, and a grown man talking about he'll take my wrestling belt.
Right.
He let it take his now. He probably 50 something. I'll whoop his ass. But
But
okay,
when you do stuff like that,
now
when you have stuff, that's what happens. Chains, a belt, shiny stuff. That's just what people go after. But go ahead.
at the same time in America, why our Jewish brothers are getting attacked. 7 buildings in Mississippi, black buildings got burned to the ground, brother. I
And
hear
this
no damn
always
news
happens.
coverage. Look
And
at
this
the
happens
date.
so
Look
often. and we, like I said, we laughing, but it's not funny. This is sad, but just how the hypocrisy is, it just don't make any sense. Like, should this man be screaming and getting all the coverage, or people should be donating money and feeling bad for him? But no, we got our focus elsewhere.
I won't say hypocrisy, Brandon. I say marginalization.
Okay, that's a better term.
Like our buildings, our people are not valued. So you could burn Mississippi, could go to the only town that makes money in the Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, and burn stuff down.
But let me ask you this: who is burning? Who would burn a black church down?
I can't.
You don't have to answer that, but
no. Well, I can say this: most likely ain't no black person, or there ain't no Hispanic person either. So I can tell you that. So you pick, and it probably ain't no Chinese person either. Oh, excuse, that's racist. Excuse. It probably ain't racist. It probably ain't no Asian person.
Asian
either.
person. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it ain't no Spanish or Hispanic. Ain't Asian, it ain't black. So it's the other group.
But let me ask you this. So, but people don't see color. So you think they just when whoever's burning these churches, it just always seems like it's always a black church that's getting burned, or a black
or
area
Catholic.
or
Catholic too.
It's sometimes, yeah, sometimes. But I'm just saying, people say they don't see color or they don't worry about religion when they do. That's something people go after, but it's not just one group or one race that's being attacked.
You could take Dylan Roof, for example, if you want to talk about something. This man, his whole family knew he was down with this ideology. They don't say nothing. He goes out here. He got that little pussy ass haircut. he get a gun. He goes to Charleston. He looked it up. He said, I want to take out a senator of South Carolina. He goes to Charleston, fellowship with these people. During mental fellowships, he pulls out a pistol, I think a 45 or 40 cal, and start doing this killing. Kills like 13 people. Hits the road, goes to North Carolina. The FBI, police, whoever gets him. His stomach started grumbling. He got a little hungry. They took him to Burger King. They got him they didn't treat him good. They didn't get on Whopper. They got on Whopper Junior. He was a criminal. You know what I mean? And
would they have done that to any criminal, or is it just they felt a connection with him? No matter what he did, they still felt sorry for him. They felt,
they felt sorry for him. They said, "Man, you didn't have to do this. They bad already. You don't have to make them worse." Quit talking. You don't have to make it worse. And you see, and that's how people get crazy in the head. Yeah. We at the bottom already. Why keep people at the bottom?
Right.
But imagine this: another group at the top.
Right.
And they get mad when people at the bottom kick them from the top. I don't know.
Do you remember what Obama did? He went to the church and started singing a hymn, and that was the outcome with that. Like,
Obama said, I ain't the president of black people. I'm the president of all America. That's his quote. So
right.
He knew he had to say that to get another vote in. That's how he got elected.
Right.
Now, Brandon, me and you can't do this. Now, I told you on the screen. Hold on. Other people could do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Yeah.
They can go to you can blend in. But me and Brandon cannot do this. So we constantly have to have our head on the swivel. For how many years now, Brandon?
38.
30? Nah, shit. How about the black people? How many years?
We talking about after slavery?
I say this: black people had to have their head on swivel since the 1400s. It was out. It was out of black people going to trap you up.
Well, since the beginning of time, really.
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that beginning of time, Brandon.
So you think tribes wasn't fighting, or the small groups weren't fighting?
They was, but not like. Okay, tell me this: how many castles with high ass walls you see in Africa? But according to the Bible in Jericho, they put them big. That's Middle East. They put them big ass walls up. And then you go up a little north in Europe. They got them castles with the moats and the walls. Mm-hmm. We didn't have to do all that fight like that, man. You had it there. Why you put a Brandon? Why you think
you're hoarding resources and you're not sharing, and you're worried about somebody coming and stealing and taking over?
And
you
wasn't
should
like
be
that
working together. Yeah, it wasn't like that
until other people came in and messed us up. And that's a problem with black people. We hate, like, look at this. Me and Brandon will kill each other, but we'll heal up another person who don't look like us.
or look up to another person, like, buy into all his ideologies and want to be just like him, and you'll try to kill me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, remember that, people. The walls of Jericho in the Middle East, they was always fighting. When you go to the medieval times, they got the drawbridge that let down with knights and archers up top with walls because people ready to try to take it. I ain't seen not one wall. I ain't seen a fence in that. So it wasn't like that. It wasn't till other people came in there. But me and Brandon cannot do this. So we always got to have our heads on the swivel. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it, Brandon.
All right, let me ask you, since we were talking about Obama and what he did. Did you vote? Did you vote? I know that they had the Georgia runoff with Warnock and Herschel Walker.
Well, I felt good. I just threw away my mail-in ballot today. I ain't vote for nobody. It felt good.
Right. That's what I said. I didn't vote for this time. If I was back home, because I'm still registered in South Carolina, I may have gone down there and voted, but how do you I don't know. But it's my thing. Like, I think you have to do more than just vote if you want change. Like, you're gonna have to do some research or do some work in your community if you really want some change. It's not just gonna be cast your vote and sit back and think everything's gonna be a-okay.
I agree with you 100%. Black people been casting their votes since the 60s. And ain't nothing changed from the 60s to the 70s. Our wages went up a little bit, and after the 70s, ain't nothing happened except for downhill from there.
Right. So, but that's what I'm saying. But they make it seem like you should vote, and you definitely should vote Democrat because they're going to help you out, even though I'm not sure if they're really helping you out or not, or just making an illusion, and it's really hurting you in the long run. I'm not saying
this. Name a policy that help you out, Brandon.
I
they really when people give you stuff, you know about it. So
you're right. I can't do it. That's why I'm not necessarily so enthralled with participating in this system when I don't see any candidates that are really trying to do anything that I can see tangibly and I can point to and be like, look, this is something that they've impacted. It seems like it's a tug of war between two sides, and then they're really on the same side as far as helping me. They're not in it for me, they're in it for them.
Okay, since you couldn't name something the Democrats done to you, Name something the Republicans done to you.
Done for me or done to
Yeah,
me?
done
I
for
can't. I
you.
can't. I can't really name anything. I know Kemp was talking about some gun stuff that sound okay to me. You know,
Oh
I'm
Lord, Brandon.
Go ahead. Let me hear how you say. Let me hear how you say.
So you want more
I'm not sure if I want.
guns on the streets with no training and no nothing like that?
No, I'm not saying that, but I think we need to have a real conversation about guns because guns are on the streets, whether we like it or not. And I'm not sure where Georgia's leaning towards, but I know it's a lot of people getting robbed and killed. And you're not going to get these guns off the street. They're on the street now. You're not going to do it. It's too late. We talked about what happened to Takeoff from the Migos. Go ahead. More people with guns.
Brandon,
more.
hold on, this.
Go ahead. And you know what? I'm glad we're talking about this because
You know,
that's one of our popular.
I'm a gun fan.
I know that's what I'm saying, and I'm glad we're talking about this because people love talking about guns in general. So how do you feel?
I'm a gun fan.
I'm
a big gun fan, but guess what?
What?
But guess what? I like before guns, Brandon.
Safety.
Black people. I like black people before guns.
Okay, so
this company right here, before August 2022, this company flooded the hood with guns, Brandon.
How?
Flooded, legally flooded. They were selling gun kits that was 80% complete. And if it's 80% complete, it's not a gun, it's just a piece of fucking plastic. So your daughter could get your credit card, went on this website for August, order one, get somebody to put it together, and she'll have a functioning firearm with no serial number, no tracking, no license, no nothing. So what happened? What happened is people ordered these guns off the internet, built them at their house, and sold them to black people on the streets for $1,000. So you could build a gun for $300, you could sell it for $1,000, so you made $700. And they was doing this for 5 years straight.
But this is my thing. How can the government supposed to be watching they watching YouTube, they watching all, everything that's going online. How do they miss stuff like this?
They didn't miss it. They was tracking it, but legislation is slow. Legislation is slow. And plus, it was doing the government, it was doing some people a favor. When you have more crimes, some people make more money. And you get more people in the system.
And that's what I think they kind of want at a certain extent, because it's like if you have more crime, you have more money being generated in a way, and you get more free labor. You have more people in jail, more people doing work in jail. Like it just keeps the wheel going. And you're getting a profit for selling these guns.
Yes.
But you can just print up. You know what I'm saying?
But Biden did a thing with this. Now he required these companies to put a number on the guns, and the sales dropped off. You have, like here in Baltimore or Maryland, like this year or last year, 600 incidents with these no-name guns. Like, some of the stuff we talked about, the kids stole a car and it was driving down the highway.
Yeah.
They had these guns on them. Kids go to schools in Baltimore a few weeks ago. Guess what kind of guns they had on them, Brandon?
These kind of guns.
These kind of guns.
But that's my thing. Like, so what should we be focusing on? Somebody getting their hat knocked off, or some these kids with these guns on them, you know, that don't have a serial number on them. Which one you think it should be looked at a little more harder? A little, you know, we got the New York Times or the New York Post writing an article about anti-Semitic attacks because somebody got an egg thrown on them, or kids running around with unregistered guns in Baltimore. Like, it just don't make any sense to me.
Well, you know, hey, shit, I hate to, man, in Baltimore, it's almost like damn near 1% chance you're gonna get shot.
wait.
Wait, hold on. Okay, it's not that much. Excuse me.
You said 1% chance
let's
not gonna get shot.
Let's say for every 600 people, one person gonna get shot. Just put it like that. And that's kind of a lot, Brady.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
You know, let's put it like that. 600 people. So you go to one of those football games, be 30,000 people. That's how many. It could be 20 people gonna get shot up in there, Baltimore, for about people in there.
Right. And then but then people want you to focus on some hate crime that's verbal, or that somebody didn't lose their life or didn't get shot, didn't have to go to the hospital at all. They were like, "Sir, do you need to go to the hospital because your head got knocked?" No, I'm okay. I'm okay. And I'm not trying to make light of. I just want you people to understand, like, we're fighting for our lives in these areas. So if we hear about you getting eggs thrown on, we have somebody throw some eggs on me. I would rather have that than go to Atlanta and be shot at or be robbed or, you know, something like that.
You're right.
That's all I'm saying.
You don't know how good you have it till you miss it.
Right. But I think that's part of the problem. Like, some people are so privileged, and so I'm not gonna say spoiled, but you come from privilege, so you don't understand how it feels to be at the bottom because you've never really truly been at the bottom. Your great grandparents may have been at the bottom because of what they went through, but you still are in this generation where that religion is closer to the top. And however you got there, you're there now. So
here's a fact about America. Every group that came over here started at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Some people was allowed to turn over to whiteness, become whiteness, and work their way up. Black people are not allowed to get that.
Why not, though?
Turn whiteness.
Why not?
Because you always need somebody at the bottom.
I understand that.
And plus, how you could be white? How could you be whiteness and you looking brown over there?
Have you seen Sammy Sosa?
Yeah, I see Sammy Sosa. That's when self-hate come around. People ashamed to be black.
Right.
I knew the guy from Dominican Republic, darker than me, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Darker than me. Oh, I can't go in the sun. I get darker. They did not want to become darker, Brandon.
Right. A lot of people have that, though. You know, it's sad.
And all that comes from this, especially in that area of the world. When the Spanish came over, they had a class system.
Mm-hmm.
And they rate people by classes. The darker you are, use the lower class. Damn near a slave. You could be a slave if you was dark.
Mm-hmm.
And the lighter you got, the higher class you could get to.
Right.
They still got that now.
But why do we buy into some of that stuff? You know, that's the thing in our community still, kind of, you know, people think, you know, light-skinned or fair-skinned people have more value than somebody who's dark-skinned.
You don't buy into it. You socialize into it.
Mm-hmm.
So not too many people go realize they're being brainwashed and step away.
Yeah.
You know, so you socialize, part of the socialization of America.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one thing that's crazy about me, and we still do it. You watch Kendra G. Everybody wants somebody tall and dark. Now, dark is at the bottom of the scale. Mm-hmm. In our socialization.
But when it's with men, you know, you want a dark man. That's what they say. But
I don't know. I think when it's sexual, when you want a sexual man, you want something dark.
Uh-huh.
And but if it ain't sexual, everybody shit on dark people.
That's true. That's true. Which is
But
weird. It's just not. It's just, if you think about it, it just don't make any sense. But you've been brainwashed to think about this stuff and value it, and we think that's what society says, so we go with it. A lot. Not saying we go with it, but a lot of people go with it, and it becomes a standard.
And then the man, this is what they say. It's not people. We about to say we just what the people say, but what they do. Black people be fucking dark skinned black people be fucking dark skinned black people. That's reality. But we about to say what these people say. Then the dark skinned brother say he want a light skinned woman.
Right. That's true.
But you tell me this, Brandon. Why I look around? Why I gotta see all these dark skinned people all over the place? Are they just capping? They say they want this, but they lay down with people who look like them.
Because they may say it or may feel that way, but they're still gonna do what they're gonna do, you know. Because it just don't make any sense to be trying to actively do that all the time. Because it don't make any sense.
You're right.
Because if you find somebody, you're right. If you find somebody attractive, they're attractive. You're not gonna be like, oh man, they just a little too dark for me. Because that don't even make any sense if you really think about it.
I will me a dark and tall. Why all these the blight motherfuckers be at there?
Right.
Where they come from?
Right.
Then the guy say, I want me something light. You see the colorism in there?
Mm-hmm.
Light is better, and it's oh.
And you've seen some of those studies they've done with the children, like handing them dolls. They'll say, do you want to play with the black doll or the white doll? I'm not sure exactly where that comes from, but even kids know, like, this is the one I want. The lighter one is better. The darker one is bad. That's what they'll say.
What you mean you don't know? Well, you know what it comes from. It's white.
But even at a young age, they know. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. You're right. They know at a young age that it's not that. No, we're not saying that, but white people are at a different pedestal. I'm gonna just say that, and they control the media. Not just saying like, you know, the Jews or whatever, but it's just white. And like I was telling my daughter today about Jesus, we saw a picture of Jesus, and I think it was a grocery store. I said, look, what color is Jesus? She was like, is it white? He's white. And is he really white? And she was like, no, because that's what I've told her. Like, but they like to change. I told her they like to change and reclaim him as them, you know, so they can look like him, even though he was looking more like us. But that's just what the dominant society is going to do for now. They're not always going to be the dominant society or the dominant race.
I was reading a book. I go finish it tomorrow. Reading a book. They say kids know about race and what race is superior starting at the age of 2 or 3.
I'm sure, yeah.
They did a study with like first graders to see if they was prejudiced. Mm-hmm. So what they done, Brennan, they had a whole bunch of first graders sit around the table. Mm-hmm. They said, we go give candy to 2 individuals. One person was black, one person was white. Mm-hmm. The teacher stood up in the class and said, hey, give the candy to who you want to give the candy to. Mm-hmm. When the teachers was in the present, the kids divvied the candy out equally. Mm-hmm. They did another test. They removed the teacher. Mm-hmm. And they said, give the candy to the people you want to give it to. Then they didn't give the candy out equally. They gave more to the white person. Because nobody was watching it. They didn't have to feel bad for doing what they wanted to do.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that was on first graders.
Yeah. So do you think there should be an active program or something in place to let everybody know when they're that young or when you're in school that everybody's equal? Since we talk about, you know, LGBT and all this other stuff and everybody being treated fairly and being respected, we're clearly not. So should we re-educate people on us being equal to and us being valued the same just like everybody else? Because we're clearly not. It's like
educate who, Brandon?
We already know who.
No, tell me who.
The people who don't see color. Because some people
you can't educate them. They gotta want to learn. Why is my fault? Why is my fault? Why I got to do something what they done to me? They who spent the milk, they supposed to pick up the damn milk they spent.
But what if they don't see the milk because they don't want to see it? They don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. They like things how they are, I think. And that's
it's a double standard. They see the milk and they like things how they are.
Mm-hmm.
If you know your neighbor next door is getting her ass whooped every day, but the husband cuts your grass and give you $100 every week, are you gonna say something? Are you gonna say something? You know stuff, right? But you're getting your stuff, man.
Right. But even if that's the case, if somebody calls you out on it, be like, hey, I think it's you being treated unfair, or I think you might be beating your wife. You're gonna be like, nah, I ain't beating my wife.
There you go. That's what you deny. There you go. Then you go right in a circle. You put, if I'm getting pleasure, I get what I want. If you testing me, I go deny.
And that's what happens too. That's interesting. I want to ask you about how you feel with Shannon Sharpe and LeBron and everybody coming back around on the Kyrie thing, because at first they were condemning him and saying it was wrong, but now that I think everybody's feeling like it's too much, they're asking him to do too much. So do you think that they were tap dancing and now they trying to regain, because they see people banning with Kyrie and condemning them? Because I've never seen so many people go at Shannon Sharpe, and we like Shannon Sharpe, but they calling him all kind of names, and now he's
yeah, we like Shannon Sharpe, but when that money got tested, because they had to ask him that question. He had to put on the Galaxy 2 uniform, that coon. He had to put that on there.
But did he have to do that?
I think he probably making more money now than he did in football, Brandon.
He can't. He might, because he was playing in a different era.
Yeah, what you think he gonna do?
If Skip asked me about that, I'd be like, Skip, I don't know nothing about no Kyrie Irving. Or I'd be like, let's talk about GOAT James. When we talk about GOAT James, because you're not gonna win that, because either you're gonna say something wrong at work and get fired, or you're gonna turn your back on your people. And we were riding for you, but when you do that, we can't ride with you no more. And he's just that's where he is now.
Brandon, they're gonna ask the question, Brandon. They're paying you $10 million a year. They're gonna ask the question.
I'm sick that week. I'm not coming in.
And when you come back, Kyrie stuff happened a month ago. We still talking about it.
Right. I'd be like, look, is Kyrie playing? I don't know. It's just a tricky situation, because people don't want to mess their money up. But you are in a position where in history where you can take a stand and make a difference. So
he can't take a stand. A politician, a celebrity can't stand.
You can.
Everybody ain't Muhammad Ali.
You're right.
Muhammad Ali, like the only one who done it.
Right. Right.
Everybody ain't him.
You're right.
Getting those checks, some Cadillacs, white women coming in, doing anything they want to do to you. Nah, you ain't messing that up.
Some people did. Kyrie did. He did that with the vaccine, and now he's done it again with what he's doing now. Do you think he's going to, is he playing? Is he done?
Kyrie didn't do nothing. He just didn't say nothing. They making something out of nothing. That's what, he didn't stand up. He didn't say nothing.
But listen, even if you don't say anything, they still gonna be on you, and you still gonna have to say something or apologize.
No, but he didn't say nothing. That's the whole key about it. What he didn't say nothing. So I stand on my truth. The truth is, I didn't say nothing.
But did Whoopi Goldberg say something when she did what she did? She didn't really say anything either.
Oh, she
that's
said
how to
too
get
much
you.
There. You said too much. She put Jewish people on the same level as Homo sapiens. She thought Jewish was Homo sapiens. Nah, they elevated above that.
Clearly.
And people ain't going to get that joke.
But I know what you say. And not to mention, she's Jewish too. Like I think she felt like she could say it, but
and
Kyrie,
the elevated Homo sapiens say to who? To who she's Jewish to. We don't count that. No naps in her head. We don't count that.
Yeah, I do want to ask you about some of the Hitler stuff, but we won't do that. We won't do that on here just because.
What about Hitler?
Just about the correlation with black people and how that's where it kind of started from. I think that's what they were trying to say, because you're more of a historian than I am when it comes to that kind of stuff, especially. But
well, I tell you this,
it's tricky. You can't even talk. You can't even talk about it.
Watch this. I tell you this, bro. This is all I'm gonna say. The first heavyweight boxing champion who was black, white folks went around America killing black people. When Hitler lost against Jesse Owens, World War II popped out. That's all I gotta say. So I don't know. I just know that's what happened, and they ain't gonna talk about that, Brandon. The heavyweight champion of the world, that black man whooped that white guy. They said, black people this strong. How many black people died because man won the championship?
Right.
Brandon, look it up. Brandon, look it up for yourself. The first heavyweight boxing champ, early 1900 black guy.
Mm-hmm.
And watch the riots that happened after that. Watch this. Jesse, I gotta look it up. I hope I get my dates right. Jesse Owens beat him in that race.
Because that's when they had the Olympics over in Germany, right?
I don't know when it was at. I don't know what it was at. Well, wow, that's just coincidence, man. That's just coincidence.
It could be, but I get what you're saying for sure. That's funny.
Well, black person wins, it's there. Hey, every time a black person wins something first, a black person got to die. You know, and if we win something, gotta die.
Right, and I think that's
Wilmington. Wilmington, North Carolina. They won. Black people say, "Let's get together, get these votes." They won elections. Next thing you know, that whole place had to burn down.
That's how, I mean, you know, we can point to a group of people, you know, hating on another group of people, but I guess that's just normal. That's normal for that kind of stuff to happen. We shouldn't feel a certain type of way. We shouldn't get any reparations. That's just acceptable behavior, right?
Now, you think all those people was Anglo-Saxons in that group? We don't know.
We don't know. We can assume, but we don't know.
We don't know because you could blend in. You don't know who was throwing them rocks. But I ain't saying nothing. But a same person who could cut you, who could slice you up in the contract, and slice you with a knife. That's all I got to say. I ain't slicing a person up in no damn contract because that's not in my DNA to F over people like that.
Yeah.
But imagine if you could F over people, ain't nothing throwing a brick at somebody. Brother, let's go. You want to leave on that one?
Yeah, we can. I want to ask you one more thing, but because Floyd Mayweather kind of chimed in and was talking to Kyrie and supporting Kyrie. Do you like Floyd Mayweather? I know he does a lot of flamboyant stuff, but he kind of owns a lot of his stuff and he kind of does what he wants to do. And I guess he can kind of say what he want to say. Nobody's going to cancel Floyd Mayweather. And you know how they rally against whoever he's fighting. Like, remember, maybe it's not De La Hoya, but whoever he's fighting
against. Everybody.
Yeah, they want the other person to win. Like McGregor, when he was fighting McGregor, people thought McGregor even had a chance to win just because they wanted to see Floyd lose that bad. How do you feel about Floyd Mayweather and some of his practices, or if you're familiar with some of his stuff? Because, you know, he owns a lot of his fight promotion stuff. I saw he fought somebody recently.
I haven't done the research, but I believe he does own his promotion, and his team get most of the money.
Right.
And I got a feeling that rubs a lot of people the wrong way. Right. So you can have this great black talent, lifetime talent, one of the best boxers ever. Mm-hmm. And he controls the money he gets in.
Right. And nobody
So,
can just take some of it just easily or just, just off
well,
the well, go ahead. Somebody's getting
with
some, of
Floyd,
course. Go ahead.
with Floyd, I think he don't do no real investments. He just stack the money up, so ain't nobody can. Ain't no contracts inside.
Right. Like he don't have an endorsements with Nike and stuff like that. So I just thought that was good. And I think a lot more people need to kind of look into his practices and just go about it like he is. Like I said, we could have our own leagues if we want to, because we are the talent.
You're right.
And
we had the leagues before.
Go ahead. What do you mean?
We had the Negro leagues in
that's true.
Baseball. We had when the best football players came from historically black colleges, universities. Mm-hmm. We had that. And
did we have the ABL? Was that the basketball thing? I can't remember.
Did white folks was in the ABL? Because Dr. J came for that.
Yeah, that's what I say. Dr. J was in there. I have to look it up, but
see, we had stuff like that, but
and we had it. We had it because we weren't really accepted in those other leagues and stuff like that. So it's just something to remember. Like they didn't want you. Now they want you because they can make money off of you. It's not because they value you.
Black people wanted a league. Like Kanye said, he wished he was Jewish. For what? Why you want? What's wrong with how you is now? We thought they stuff was better. We wanted to join the NBA. We wanted to join the MLB. We wanted to join that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but not necessarily the way other people do it. Don't have to be better than the way you could do it. Right. We already know who cooks the fast food. We ain't jumping over there for they food eating. But why we got to jump over there for everything else?
Just because we feel like their stuff is better, and we got to get away from that. Take pride in your own work. But we'll end it there. We had a good show.
We'll see how we'll do this. I mean, I can't make no videos off of this one.
Right, but the live is up, man. I like you did change the thumbnail, right? Because I was gonna change it, but I think we got more. YouTube, the yellow thing with our faces.
Yeah, I done that.
We've got more subscribers because of that. I think like people, it just looks better. I think when you scroll and you see that yellow looks better, kind of jumps off the page a little bit.
Change the one on this StreamYard too, Brady.
Okay, I will
control that.
I will. You're talking about this the little man.
Yeah, I got you. I say do it tonight so you have it done.
I still supposed to be doing my daughter's homework because listen.
Who's doing homework?
Listen, I got off at 5. My daughter was with me at work from 4 to 5. Then we went to her dance class at 6 to 7. Got home, started up StreamYard, got some food, and we've been on here since then. So she's got some of her homework done, but we need to finish.
She probably sleep at night, ain't it?
She might be. I need to go check.
Is your wife out of town? Where's she at?
She's probably back there asleep too, because she worked 2 jobs, but she got a massage, so she might be out. But I'm about to go check in a minute. They in that door behind me. I said I'm about to go live with Lewis. It ain't gonna be. I say we probably do about 30 minutes, but we always say that, and then we go longer.
Well, I'm about to go. I might get tired.
All right, Lewis. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Have a good one. All right, Lewis.